Hi, I'm Sherri from A Quilting Life, and I'm here today with a works in progress video. I have a lot of really fun things to share with you today, some that are finished up and some that are truly in progress. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I don't know where to start. I have a lot of things to share today. First, I did get this finished. I think I might have mentioned that I was going to make one of these last time when I shared some of my little hexagons with Delightfully Yours, but I just love this pattern. It's a free digital download from Moda. I do have paper versions that you can purchase really inexpensively if you really want a paper version, but it works great for a pillow or a table mat, and you can also, hold it this way. I did the pillow. I really wanted to make this with this collection, and I did something a little bit different on the back. I had some extra soft and stable from another project, and I used that for my pillow backing, and it is just so amazing. It just adds a little bit of extra to that. I did my zipper flap covered zipper. Anyway, I just absolutely love how this turned out. Next project, you might remember that we had this bag tutorial. I did it with Raspberry Summer fabrics, but I really want to make it with Delightfully Yours. It's a charm pack pattern, and we have a free tutorial. So I've got everything kind of ready to go. I've got pieces cut for my bindings, and I've got my bag front and backs made, and I also use soft and stable for this. So this is actually going to be the top of the bag and then the back. So I've got these ready to go. I've got my linings cut. I've even got my straps ready. I think I just need to do the top stitching on these. So I'll have this finished up really soon. I'm heading to a retreat and I want to take it with me there. So I'm going to try to get this done. Actually, by the time you watch this video, this one should be done. Something else I shared a little bit ago was that I was going to make a new needle book. Here's my progress. I've got it quilted. So I really just need to get my lining and my button and my felt for the inside and just get it finished. So this one's almost done. Okay, I did another table runner, and my Home and Hearth quilt book originally had my Backyard Blooms lap quilt pattern. And so since that book is now out of print, I wanted to bring that pattern back in a printable version, paper version. And what I decided to do was add a table runner option. So I had to do a sample for the table runner option, so I really love how this turned out. I kind of kept all of the darker colors from Delightfully Yours out of this runner and just went with a really soft spring version. And so anyway, it's a traditional granny square block, and it is a layer cake quilt pattern. So with a layer cake, you can actually make the lap quilt, and you have enough extra squares that you could make the table runner too. And I used this print for the backing. So really had a lot of fun with that. Something else that I have in progress, and there is going to be more about this later, we are going to do a scallop border tutorial. And I showed you all these hexagons, and I haven't trimmed this yet because I'm going to show you the trimming when we do that scallop border tutorial. But if you look closely, you can see that my scallop border is here. What you do, and again, there will be more in the tutorial, but you mark your scallops before you take your project to the quilter. So I took this to Val with everything. You can just barely see that she stitched right on the lines that I had drawn, and then she knew where she could quilt up to. So I'll show you the before part of this process. I'll probably just use a white piece of fabric so that I can show you how to draw the lines and you can see it really clearly. But we'll show you the before, and then we'll actually show you kind of the finishing process on this too. But I'm super excited. This is my window box pattern, and we're working to get this ready as a paper pattern. Again, it was in my Labor of Love quilt book, and it's available digitally now, but without the scalloped border. I'm adding the scallop border when I redo this one. So anyway, I'll be sharing more with this one with you sometime in June, and looking forward to that. Okay, I've got 2 more things to share, and both are pretty fun and pretty new. This is my Harbor mini quilt. If you've been sewing along with the Harbor row quilt, you know that there are a lot of smaller blocks that are the same size. And so I thought it would be super fun to make a mini. And I just had so much fun making this, and I absolutely love it. If you will need the Harbor row quilt pattern to make this pattern, but I did just a little 2-page booklet pattern to kind of give you all of the other details if you need them, and have this for a low price in my Etsy shop right now. But just a really fun option if you're playing along with the Harbor row quilt, and you actually could personalize this a little bit more too. There are other blocks that could be put in here. You could do a row of baskets, you could do a row of stars, you could do a row of flowers, you could leave the stems out. There are just really so many fun options that you can do. You could also add in flying geese from the pattern. It's just really, really a great pattern. And I put a little pocket on the back. You can watch our video on how to hang a mini quilt if you need more explanation for that. But anyway, really, really had fun making this, and have one more new thing. And this is a brand new pattern that I'm teaching this summer. This is called Seab Breeze, and you know I love a churn dash, and so this is a 16 block churn dash quilt, and each block either has a house, a sawtooth star, or a patchwork sawtooth star. And this is just a really, really fun quilt. It has a very fun little border where I mixed in the low volumes and little 4 patches. It's fat quarter friendly. You actually can use 16 fat quarters. So I use 16 different print fat quarters from Raspberry Summer. And then I did also use 2 of the low volume fat quarters for some of my backgrounds. And then you just need your sashing fabric, background, binding. This quilt finishes at 58.5 by 58.5. And there were some good scraps. You probably could do another row instead of a 4x4 quilt. You probably could do a 4x5. My scraps actually led to this quilt. So that was what I did with my scraps from this quilt. But anyway, super excited. I've got the pattern available now in paper and PDF, and it's just a really fun quilt that I had a lot of fun making. Okay, so that's it for my May 2025 works in progress. We will have links in the description below for everything that I talked about today. And as you saw, there are a few things that I'll be sharing with you next month. They will be finished by then, and also things that I'll be giving you more information about soon, the scalloped border project. So if you enjoyed today's video, please share it with a friend, hit the like button, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Thanks so much for stopping by.